Good morning, LBHT crew. I am flying solo this morning, I think. Hendo, he sent the message to me early yesterday. I did not receive it until later yesterday that he would not make it. Ferris is also out, I believe. So you get me, okay? So if you're over on Rogue Pod looking for a live stream, we usually multi-stream it. Um, we're here. We're here today, okay? Look who's here. Bazel's here early. Says I've been waiting. I know. I started a little late. I thought I had everything I wanted to talk about downloaded. I did not, so I had to get my stuff ready. But we're here now. Coach is here as well. Says I'm up. Salute to you, Coach. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for everybody that's getting up early to watch this. Zeke Hokage in the house says good morning. Good morning to you, Zeke. Retired Gunny in the house. Salute. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we over here. Hendo will be back tomorrow. We stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So he'll be back. And we have a few things that we're working on to provide for you for content for this holiday week. Okay, got a lot going on, but we still want to make sure we're giving you guys the content that you're looking for. Salute to you, Garrison. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. All right, let's get into this. Well, let me make sure everything I downloaded actually downloaded, because that'd be a shame. Oh, okay, it's there. All right. First, we're gonna start with Ravens. Okay, Ravens play on Thanksgiving. Short week. My opinion, I don't think they should have played Lamar Jackson versus the Jets. They should have started Tyler Huntley, let Lamar Jackson rest that game. Even though it was an ugly game, I feel like that's a game that they could have won without Lamar. They should have won at the very least. Would have been a little closer, maybe, but we still should have been able to pull it off. Give Lamar extra time to rest before a short week. Instead, he doesn't play great, but we get the win, and he comes out the game with another injury. All right. And I have the injury list here for both teams. We're going to go over that real quick. I got this from Cordell Woodland. I think that's his name. I got this from one of his tweets. So shout out to Cordell. This is the injury report. So start with the Ravens. Rashad Bateman, he did limited practice. Okay, he's got his ankle injury. Maybe he's a go for Thursday. We'll see. Taven Bryan, knee injury, did not practice. Kyle Hamilton hurt his ankle. And he hurt his ankle at the end of the game too. That sucks. He's already battling that shoulder injury. And I think he had an ankle injury before, but it wasn't much time left in the game when he hurt his ankle. But John Harbaugh said he has a chance to play on Thursday, and that's one of the ones where I believe John Harbaugh. Kyle Hamilton, he gets a lot of injuries, but he plays through them, and he's been hurt all year. He's been playing through it. If he's able to play, he's going to play. He's not going to sit out for anything. So I think Kyle Hamilton will probably end up playing on Thursday. Lamar Jackson toe injury, and that's added to a list of injuries that Lamar Jackson has here. Let me dim this here. All right. Lamar Jackson has a hamstring injury, ankle injury, knee injury, toe injury. Those are things the injuries that he sustained behind this terrible O-line. Okay. But that's where we're at. And Jameson Hemsley put an article out on ESPN, and quote, when asked about how Lamar Jackson is feeling, Ravens head coach John Harbaugh says he's good. So there you go. John Harbaugh said he's good. Nothing to worry about. All right. Travis Jones, ankle injury, did not practice, and Kenyon Martin with the limited practice due to a rib injury. Now let's go over to the other side. Let's take a look at the Bengals. I don't know who this guy is. Dijon? I think it's Dijon Anthony. Hamstring injury. He was a full participant in practice, so he'll be playing if he's a starter. I'm not sure who that is. Taj Brooks, the halfback, concussion, did not practice. Probably won't be playing. Joe Burrow with a toe injury that he's coming back from, full practice. Joe Burr will be playing on Thursday, folks. You heard it here first. You didn't hear it first. He's been saying that. Joe Flacco, the backup who served well in Joe Burrow's absence, had a limited practice. He'll be available. Let's get to Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson, y'all, I don't know. Has he been missing time? I'm not sure how long he's been out. I felt like he was out already, but he didn't practice with the hip injury. I'm not sure if he's going to be playing. T. Higgins is a big win here. He got concussion last game, didn't practice. He may not be ready. That's a short turnaround time. That benefits us. I mean, I hate injuries, but that benefits us if he doesn't play. All right. For this defense that's starting to gain some confidence, that's a good way to not have to worry about two major threats and just focus on one major threat and focus on shutting him down. So, not saying hopefully he doesn't play, but if he doesn't play, I ain't gonna complain about it. Samaje Perine, full practice participant. Cam Sample, limited practice, and Marco Wilson did not practice. So that is your injury report for Monday. It's going to be a new report out later today, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Trey Hendrickson is not playing. Thank you, Melanated One. Appreciate that. He's not playing. It came out. Are you talking about T. Higgins? Yeah. The Bengals' third wide receiver is a sleeper. Who's the third wide receiver for the Bengals? It's not what's his name anymore, is it? I thought he left. I can't remember. Look, they got weapons. But okay, Trey's out. Everybody's saying Trey Hendrickson is out. I mean, the other guys can get it done against our O-line, but I'd rather it not be Trey Hendrickson. All right. Yes, I'm riding solo today. Just Aloe, appreciate you. DDSQ, salute. Says what's good. Appreciate it. Well, thank y'all for the information. So, we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but this is another game that the Ravens, I won't say have to have. I would say they have to have. I don't think the Ravens can lose to any more AFC teams. You can, but it's not ideal. Oh, Iacevas, is that how you say his name? Iacevas? Yes, I have seen him. That's the wide receiver for the Bengals. They always have players, man. They always have weapons for their quarterbacks. But yeah, we really need to win this game. We shouldn't drop too many more games, but get another game up in the division that puts us up more. I'm not sure who the Steelers play this week, but maybe they win, maybe they don't. But if we win, that's just another division win for us. So it will be a good spot if we win this game. And I feel like we can. The Bengals, Joe Burrow might give them a little extra boost of life, but we should be able to overcome that. I doubt he's 100% too. Nobody's 100% this time of the year. So we'll discuss that more. That's just your quick injury report for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson not in good shape, and it's obvious by his play that he's not 100%. He's out there trying to do the best he can, and I'm cool with him protecting himself. I don't think he should be trying to do anything extra. I know we as fans want to see him run the ball more, extend plays with his feet, but that's supposed to be the bonus. That's not supposed to be the feature, right? That doesn't make up for your O-line not blocking, doesn't make up for your wide receivers not getting separation, not making up for bad play calling, right? And that's not a shot at Tom Monken. I think Tom Monken has been doing a pretty damn good job considering how bad the O-line is. But, some of these plays, they're just not executing. The players aren't executing. That's not on Lamar. Lamar can't do it all the time. He has shown you that he is a great pocket passer, right? He can stay in the pocket. He doesn't need to use his legs. He can complete the pass, but you have to have weapons. Like the guy that we're playing has, Joe Burrow. Okay. Joe Burrow can't make those plays with his feet, but he doesn't need to. He has guys that can go out there and make things happen. We need Zay Flowers to do that this Thursday. We need Rashad Bateman to do something this Thursday. I don't get it. I don't get on Rashad Bateman the way everybody else does, because he's just not getting paid like one of those guys. We want him to be one of those guys, but he's not getting paid like that. So we get what we pay for. Again. Okay. All right. We did a live stream last night. Excuse me. We did a live stream last night. Me and B. The Panthers played the 49ers. Very disappointing because I felt like they should have beaten the 49ers. Had 3 interceptions in the first half, and they only mustered out 3 points. That can't happen. That cannot happen. Bryce Young did not play a great game. He didn't play the worst game. I said he played a bad game. B said he didn't play as bad as people think. I don't think he played as bad as people think either, but he did play. He didn't play good. That interception at the 1 yard line, you just can't have that. I don't care what the play call is. You can't throw that, man. That really hurt them. I think that touchdown right there changes this game a whole lot. But, they didn't run the ball. Dave Canales didn't have a good game plan in that game. But again, this is a team that, nobody really expected them to go anywhere, but they're only a half a game out of first place in the NFC South. But another thing that really hurt them in this game was Tetairoa McMillan. He didn't have a good game. He had a couple of drops, but the second interception that Bryce Young threw, the first interception he threw, that was really bad. The second interception, though, I don't know how many of you guys saw this. I didn't see it live. I saw the replay. I saw there was some holding on that play. Tetairoa's coming across the middle, and the DB grabbed him. I didn't realize how bad it was, but I have a screenshot here. Now, I know not everything gets called. I know that, right? But my man has his arm extended. There's 2 hands on this guy. It looks like he's trying to break his arm. You ever see those self-defense classes, and they're showing you a takedown? That's how it begins right there. That's how it begins. And the refs didn't catch that. Now, I made the joke. I was semi-joking when I said it. Tetairoa McMillan is a rookie. He's going to learn how to flail a little bit and sell that call. But that's why you see veterans do that. That's why you see those players. I mean, a lot of times they're flopping, but when they're being held, they have to really sell it so the referees know, hey, okay, there's something going on here, right? He was trying to fight through it and make the catch. Couldn't get there in time, and it was an interception. So, yep. Steelers are playing the Bills. Oh, that is going to be an interesting game. Who do y'all have for that game? Who do you have for the game? I would have said the Bills 100% like 2-3 weeks ago, right? The Bills don't look good. They don't look good. They're an up and down team. Is Aaron Rodgers playing in this game? If Aaron Rodgers isn't playing, I don't know how many more games the Steelers are going to win. But we might have to root for the Bills. Now, the Bills is another team that we're competing with if we don't win the division. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, these are all teams that beat us. So if we're fighting for a wild card spot, those teams are ahead of us. So we need them to have worse records than us, or we just have to win the division. That's the easiest path to the playoffs for us. So, all right. I have some other quick stories because we're almost at 15 minutes, but we'll go a little bit longer, start a little bit later. That's fine. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new in here, subscribe. We do this for now. We're doing a test run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here and over on the Rogue Pod. Okay, so subscribe to Handel's channel as well. All right. What else do we have? Let's see what we have here. Let me pull up. All right. So yesterday we talked some NBA beef. Oh, actually, before we get to that, continuing on to this game, we'll save the NBA beef for last. Continuing on with this game. I didn't see this. Y'all probably didn't see this. This is at the very end of the game. Juwan Jennings and Trayvon Moehrig got into a little exchange. Really, Jennings just went up and punched Trayvon Moehrig, and it's like, well, what's the deal with that? Well, let's take a look at this video real quick. And there's Jennings punching him, and he's getting escorted away by one of the Panthers players. It's Barnes, right? I shortened it just so YouTube wouldn't try to flag it and take it down. But that's after the game. He walked right over to him. Boom, hit him. Now you thinking the game's over. You won. Why? Why would you do that? Well, I'll show you why. This happened earlier in the game, and Juwan Jennings said, "I'll be back." And there it is right there. If you guys saw it, your eyes did not deceive you right there. Your eyes did not deceive you. All right. We'll play that again. Okay. You saw the fist and you saw where it went. Boom. Right in the crown jewels. That was, I mean, that is, if you don't know, if you're listening to this, I just showed a video, Trayvon Moehrig hitting Juwan Jennings. He was trying to punch out a ball, but it wasn't a football. He was trying to punch out a ball, but it wasn't a football. Okay, there's no other way. Cup check, yes. It was a cup check. Empire Judah, yes, absolutely. There's no excuse for that. The guy that had the football was on the ground. They were away from the football, and he balled up his fist, and bam, tried to knock him out. Okay. Things happen in football. People do things to get under players' skin and things like that. You can't do that, man. You cannot do that. And if that happens, yes, why? Why would you do that? Exactly. You know, that makes no sense. You do that to me, I'm doing the same thing. I'll see you after the game. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. That is crossing the line. What is up with these players, man? Like, I understand things like this happen all the time with football, and we have more cameras now to see a lot of this. But that's why I asked a question like, what's going on with these players, man? Because the cameras are out there, and you're not even like, if he had the ball, and he did that, then you can say, oh well, I was trying to knock the ball out. You weren't. You're trying to punch him in the nuts. But he doesn't even have the ball. What are you doing? You just balled up your fist and hit him. Like, don't do that. Don't hit people in the nuts. If you're Jamar Chase, don't spit on people. Why, Jamar Chase? Why are you spitting on Jalen Ramsey? You already took his soul the last game. He switched from cornerback to safety. You ate him alive. Why do you need to spit on this man? Juwan Jennings, you had an excellent game. Your team won. Well, he didn't do it. I'm sorry. Juwan Jennings, let me take you out of it. You are not the aggressor in this. It was Trayvon Moehrig. Hey, Trayvon Moehrig, you had a good game. Your team didn't win, but the secondary had an excellent game. They were getting busy. They took Brock Purdy's soul. Brock Purdy. In fact, if J.C. Horn doesn't get hurt, he went out of the game with a concussion. He already had 2 interceptions. I feel like J.C. Jennings would have had at least one more interception. He would have had a career night against Brock Purdy. They had Mac Jones warming up on the sideline. Trayvon Moehrig had a good game too. Defense did their job. You know, hey, the way your season's going, you're up and down. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Rams next week. This is how the Panthers play. What are you getting upset about? What's going on, Yolanda? Thanks for coming through. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, emotional decisions. It's an emotional decision. Empire Judah, absolutely correct. Gotta protect your McNuggets. Yeah, I hope he had the cup. I hope, but that's too low. All right, so I promised you some more NBA beef. Yesterday we talked about Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin, and we are going to revisit that, okay? Because Kenyon Martin had a list of power forwards better than Draymond Green, and Some people had some questions about some of the names on the list. That's by design, but I would say about 90% of that list is accurate. Today's NBA beef. This actually happened last week, I believe. Ja Morant and Klay Thompson. Okay. Klay Thompson plays for the Mavericks now. Ja Morant still with the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant has been in all kinds of trouble over the last couple years. Suspensions and just nonsense stuff. I don't know the source of this beef either. Okay. I just saw this out there on the internet. I clicked it. But this is after one of the games. Ja Morant is actually on the bench. He comes off the bench at the end of the game and approaches Klay Thompson, puts his finger in his face, and you'll see the video. And I don't understand why, but we'll take a look at it.
And where he comes from, I don't know. You didn't even play tonight, so you should have been in the locker.
So you heard the guy at the end say, "Hey, you didn't even play tonight, so you should already be in the locker room." Ja Morant is in his jumpsuit. He's in street clothes. It looks like, right? Why are you approaching Klay Thompson? What do you have to say to him that you have to go out there and put your finger in his face like that? Right? Like you couldn't have been talking too much trash to each other. You weren't playing. You weren't playing. You know, just Al says Ja thinks he's that guy. Yeah, he thinks so. Big Reg, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Good morning. I'm with Klay. Yeah. Well, okay. So they asked Klay about that at the end of the game, and here's what he had to say.
And then with Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But you know what? That's for another day.
What did Ja have to say on this occasion?
Nothing of intelligent depth. It was really just his just running his mouth, and he's been running his mouth for a long time, and it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. You know, we all want to see him out there and do his best, but he's just been letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. And we need that in the NBA. We need our best players to be out there, and when you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. I hate to see that go to waste.
Damn. Ja, that's what a leader looks like. That's what an adult looks like. He didn't go in there and really just, yeah, he took shots at you, but he cut you deep, man. Everything he said was the absolute truth. You're a young talent. You're supposed to be one of the young stars, and you're letting the talent go to waste. 100% correct. Ja Morant he's been suspended 2-3 times, I believe. Yes, adult. Yep. Adult is perfect. Exactly. That's what an adult looks like right there. Right. And Klay Thompson, you're calling him, he's calling him washed and all this stuff. Bro, Klay Thompson is enjoying the tail end of his career. No, he's not the same Klay Thompson anymore. But the reason why he can still play in this league and still make a lot of money is because of the respect he's earned over the course of his career. He's played well. He's played great. He's won championships. He's earned the respect of his peers and the other organizations outside of Golden State. So yes, he can go to Dallas, collect a check, and still be more productive than Ja Morant. Ja Morant's not having a good year. I think he's scoring a little bit more than Klay Thompson, but his efficiency is not as good. And Ja Morant has a nerve to go up to him, getting his face and calling him washed and all this stuff. Man, the way you're going, you are not going to be on Klay Thompson's level ever. He still has time. He's only 26 years old. And John Morant has a world of talent. John Morant should be one of the superstars in this league. He should be. But his attitude is getting in his way. His father is not doing a good job. And I don't like to get into people's personal lives, but his father likes to be out there right along with John Morant, causing trouble with people, right? Why are you beefing with so many of these players? Why are you getting into it with Shannon Sharp on the sideline? Shut up and watch the game. Why are you going back and forth with Kevin Durant during games? You're not a player. You weren't a former player. Klay Thompson's dad was a former player. You ever heard Klay Thompson's dad get into it with anybody? No. Steph Curry, dad's former player. You ever heard him get into it with anybody on the sideline? No. Hell, the one father that everybody like to talk about, LeVar Ball. Have you ever seen him get into it with anybody on the sideline? He has a lot of antics on TV at scheduled times where he's supposed to have those antics. Do you ever see him mix it up with anybody on the sideline? No. Right? He's more mature because for him, it's all about getting his sons into the league. Right? But all his sons are professional. Right? Well, Angela, I mean, he was borderline pro. He had his 15 minutes. But the other two, they play basketball, right? They're not waving guns on the screen or anything stupid like that. They play basketball. John Morant, I don't know where this tough guy persona comes from. You're not it. You're not it, right? Like you were never that. I don't know why you feel like you have to prove something. You're a basketball player, and you see a lot of this, not just in basketball, but in professional sports. You have guys. There are some guys that are like that. All right, like there's a handful of those guys, but the rest of y'all just play your sport. You made it. You're making millions of dollars, right? People love you. You don't have to act like you're this thing that you're not. And for John Morant, I don't know how he views his career, how he views himself now, but the team doesn't want you there, right? Like eventually you're going to get traded. I think they're shopping him around now. They'll give him away, right? Somebody that talented, and that's exactly what Klay Thompson is talking about. You're wasting your career for what? You don't take it seriously. 26 years old, he may not be taking it seriously yet. In a couple of years, if he still wants to play, he's gonna have to start looking at what he's doing with himself, because you got to have skill to last in the league. He's got talent. He's got natural athletic ability, which is why teams will still take a chance on him because he's young. But as the athleticism starts to fade, if you can't shoot, which he can't, you can't pass, you can't do anything else, your career won't last. And there have been a lot of great players in the NBA. In basketball, period. There have been great players on every level of the sport that people can name names. At the high school level, you remember people in your neighborhood that were great. College level, we can all talk about college players that were great that weren't great in the NBA. And of course, you can talk about the greats in the NBA. There's so many different levels in basketball. We just talked about it yesterday. Draymond Green not being on this list that Kenyon Martin put together. And he named almost 50 people better than Draymond Green. Of course there are. This game's been going on for how many is it? Over a century. Over a century. Okay, this game's been going on for years. There's been a ton of great players. There's absolutely 50 power forwards that you can name better than Draymond Green, right? That's not diss Draymond Green. That just shows you how tough it is to make it in this sport. Klay Thompson understood that. That's why he locked in for all these years. and has had a very successful career, a career that, if we're being honest, John Morant's not going to have. John Morant, hopefully he turns it around, he matures, and he can have a good career. But he's not going to have the career that Klay Thompson had. Very few people are. All right. I went on a little rant there. It's been 30 minutes. I go 30 minutes when I'm solo. I'm supposed to be 15 minutes in and out. All right, but it's 6:50 right now. I'm getting out of here. Coach, you still in here? Are we doing the Ravens roundup tonight? I believe we are. Sometimes I don't get my messages, but just let me know. I'm down if you're available. But even if there's no Ravens roundup, go subscribe to Sip to Tally Films. All right, that's where you can find me most Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern time, along with Coach Chris Just Joking and Carrie from the Deep Cover Podcast. Also Sutton from the Purple Rain Podcast. And okay, yes, Coach says yes. So we're having a show tonight. But subscribe now because he puts out a lot of content, a lot of Ravens content, and you need to be watching that. Also subscribe to more Sip to Tally Films because Coach is an educator, man. He's going to teach you some football, right? You're not going to be running around here like the rest of these fan bases and not understand football. Coach is going to make sure you understand football. So subscribe to both channels, all right? Also, before you leave, 25 people in here. LBHTShow.com. I just put out a newsletter yesterday. Yes, you guys have been asking for it. I've been dragging my feet. Sign up. There's going to be another newsletter coming soon. All right. So just go to LBHTShow.com, scroll down. There's a box you can put your email address in there and you sign up for the newsletter. Trust us, we ain't going to spam you because we don't put out this newsletter nearly enough. But just a nice quick read to give you some updates on Ravens stuff, some Panthers stuff, and just some news around the sports world. Okay. All right. We're getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I got to go to work. Y'all have a great day. And I don't want to play that. All right. We'll see y'all later. Peace.